I know what you're probably thinking. This has to be a prank, this has to be fake news, what's going on? But no, it's true, I have actually started reading Berserk. It took about 2 years of people recommending it to me, but here we are. I finished the first volume of Berserk and here I am to talk about it. Oh shit, now that he's reading Berserk, is he eventually going to get around to Hunter x Hunter and Blame? We'll see where I am 2 years from now. Anyway, Berserk here had quite the reputation to live up to. If you're unfamiliar with Berserk, it seems to be one of the most acclaimed manga ever written. For years now I've been seeing it on, people's top manga lists. It's one of the highest rated manga on my anime list. And frankly, most people who have read it just will never shut up about it. So understandably, my expectations were sky high, and I'm pretty happy to report that, for the most part, lived up to these expectations. Now, I obviously don't think it's the best thing I've ever read, far from it, but that's only because I've read the first volume. Who knows where it's gonna go. But this first volume right here was honestly extremely enjoyable. And as far as first volumes in series go, it's probably one of the best I've read, regardless of how the rest of the series turns out, right, Claymore? So our main character is Guts. Now, we really don't know much about him. I really like when series start off like this, not knowing much about our main character. They just introduce him. He's a super cool badass. He cuts a bunch of people in half, and it's awesome. He has this weird seal on the back of his neck that's like attracting monsters or some shit, and it's hinted at that his backstory is probably really fucked up. But the first volume isn't here to explain it to us, it's just here to make a good impression. And the very first impression I got from this was quite excellent. We see Guts is having sex with some weird succubus monster, and when the succubus reveals herself, oh, he just goes to town. So that was wonderful. The next scene takes place in a bar. We have this little fairy guy named Puck. Absolutely awful. I hate him so much. But anyway, these group of thugs, they have him trapped. Apparently Puck was traveling with some troop, and they just wiped them all out. And this scene is just excellent. Guts goes in there and he pays the bartender. He's like, yeah, you may need this. And then he just completely destroys, like, every last person in that bar. He has this crazy crossbow thing. He's, shooting bolts at every direction, going into people's eyes everywhere. And then his sword, which isn't really a sword, it's like this giant slab of iron. And he just uses it to smash people, and it's crazy. It lets you know right off the bat that this series is most definitely going to be living up to its explicit content sticker. It also lets you know just how hardcore it is later on in the volume when Guts and Puck hitch a ride with this old man and his daughter. They get attacked by these skeleton monsters and his daughter just gets impaled. She's like a little girl and boom, she gone just like that. But not only that, then she gets possessed by one of the evil spirits and then cuts her own dad's head off. So that was wonderful. I mentioned how I hate Puck. He's like traveling around with Guts because he's interested in Guts because he's like, yo, what the crap is up with this dude? Just why is he so crazy? Apparently Puck can read emotions or whatever, and when he looks at Guts, the only thing that he can think of is the word Berserk, because Guts is fucking insane. I'm honestly really looking forward to seeing what Guts' character is going to be like, because I know he's going to get a ton of development. I know we're going to get his backstory. I really want to know more about him, and I think the first volume did a great job, gripping me, pulling me into the story, really wanting to learn about the characters. Not Puck though. Puck can honestly fuck off. I really hope he dies. I really hope someone steps on him because, oh my god. He's such a weird contrast too. I mean, the whole series is like an even more dark and mature version of Game of Thrones, and then you just have Puck, who honestly just seems like some weird background prop they would use at Disney's Magic Kingdom. So yeah, this first volume, there was a ton of great action. The art is already phenomenal right from the first volume. I cannot wait to see how the art progresses. And like I said, it gives you just the right amount of character and story to get you really invested. I still barely know anything, but I know just enough to be extremely excited to continue reading this series. Which is what I will of course be doing, probably at a snail's pace. I don't know how consistent I'm going to be while reading them, and I will most certainly not be picking up all of the volumes anytime soon. I might get a few here or there, but honestly, they're just really expensive, and a lot of them are pretty hard to find. But I'm sure a lot of you will rest easy knowing now that I have started Berserk, and of course that I really enjoyed the first volume. I cannot wait to read more. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can leave your thoughts in the comments below. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video.